So update on the Arduino stuff. I am putting the data logger on the back burner right now because I want to have the Arduino control my 4L80E before snow flies in the Firebird for paddle shift and some switchable shifting tunes and stuff like that. So I'm using my MSCAN module, which you'll see has a little red light on it right there, and I have it hooked up to my test leads to my MSCAN wires, which are on my ground. If this thing will focus, it's not going to focus anyway. So anyhow, I have those test leads hooked up to that, and I am getting my MSCAN network messages into the Arduino and onto my screen. And let me see if I can get them to bring up on the screen here. Here we go. And I've checked the RPM. I just had it running. It works. TPS works too. The only issue is the decimal point, which I was showing people. So you can see it'll go right to 100. But watch the decimal as it moves. See how it makes it have 3 decimal places instead of just 1. So I need to work on getting that fixed in the coding. But for the most part, it's working. So now what I need to do is I'm going to start in on working on the transmission code itself. I need to get an input of actual wired in input from my output shaft speed sensor, so I have vehicle speed going into this thing, and then I can work on building my transmission maps, and I want to code it to configure it to work with Tuner Studio, so it'll all be customizable via Tuner Studio. But it is proof of progress, at least, that again I'm getting my MSCAN network messages into my Arduino, and then I can bring them out here. Now realistically, I'm going to have that screen probably as a gear output and maybe a speedometer, or gear output and something else. I'm not totally sure yet, but it's going to have like what gear you're in, first, second, third, fourth, so on and so forth. It's going to have paddle shift and switchable tunes for the transmission to put like drag racing mode, street mode, paddle shift mode. I might even put the gear mode. Maybe I'll have gear shift and gear mode on there. I'm not totally sure. But anyway, proof of progress. I'm working on it. It's coming along. Once this is done, I'll probably go back to my data logger because I can work on that during the winter months. Alright guys, so Arduino update. I'm working on the transmission control of paddle shift option right at the moment. And it actually is working out very, very good. So right now I've got it set up to where I've got 2 LEDs. One is for pretty much shift solenoid 1, 2, and the other one is the 2, 3 shift solenoid and 4L80E. Then I have it reading out on my LCD screen which gears we're in. So, back out of this. And get zoom, there we go. Okay, so we're going to watch these shift solenoids while I hit these buttons. So that's, right now it's in first gear. That's second gear where both shift solenoids are off on an 80E to get command second, and look at that, second gear. So we'll upshift to third. And now the red LED's light is on for the 2-3 shift solenoid, which is correct. And then in fourth gear, which I'll actually, again, fourth gear. And both LEDs come on, which is how it works on the 4L80E. Shift solenoid 1, 2, and the 2, 3 come on to get fourth gear. Now, the good thing about this is the same button I'm using for upshifting. If you were to hit it again, I've got it set up as failsafe, so that way you can hit it as many times as you want, and it's not going to go past fourth gear. Same way with downshifting. You go down as many times as you want. It's not going to go below first gear. So that's a paddle shift mode. And in paddle shift mode, there will be no safeties. So I could probably put safeties in to where you can. I plan on making this all work with Tuner Studio. So I'll see if I can program it where you can put safeties in where, like, you can't downshift if your RPM's over a certain amount, so that way you don't blow your engine up. But this is just a proof of concept for my coding right at the moment, that I've got it figured out for paddle shift and the correct operation for the shift solenoids. So